everybody to the Gamer Show's live stream. I'm your host, Fred Y. Today I'm not playing any video games, or at least right now. Destiny is out. I didn't pre-order it, so I'm probably going to play that Friday when the beta goes live. But anyway, I've been watching the news, and I just decided to get this topic out because I'm just fed up with a lot of stuff that's going on. And if you know me personally, you know I have no filter. I speak my mind. That's why I had to put an advisory warning on the video itself, because things are going to get said and words are going to spill out, so. And it's a lot of stuff from the news. I just seen this cop in Baltimore planting evidence on a guy, and he had two officers just looking and didn't help. Now, there is no way that officers should still be on the force after seeing that video. And let me start by saying that I have said a lot of unflattering things about police officers on this channel and also on the Gamer Show. Some of that stuff, and listen to me carefully, some of that stuff still holds up. And I'm just talking about the bad officers. There is a good friend of mine that is a police officer that has made me change my perception for the police. And he is a regular commenter on the show. He comes in doing the live streams and stuff like that, and we have a good rapport. We have a lot of stuff in common as far as the video game scenes, and knowing all this stuff that's on the channel. The guy found me on YouTube while Mike and I do our Gamer show where we review. And if you're a fan of the show, if you watch the show, then you know what I'm talking about. But like I said, I have said some unflattering things, and I'm just now getting a phone call. So y'all just hold on, and I'm gonna pause this topic for a second, but y'all don't go nowhere. Alright, man, I'm just coming back. I had a phone call. Matter of fact, let me call her back. What I'm doing is I'm talking about, hey, what's up, Anton, and what's up, Ant? I'm talking about a very controversial topic. So hold on for a second. hopefully they call me back. But what I'm talking about is people just getting mad. What's up, Ty? People are just getting mad at the wrong thing. You know, there's plenty of stuff that you can get mad about. And I think before I left, I was talking about the police thing. So, like I said, a friend of mine, he changed my perception of what a police officer is. You know, off duty, and you know they are like, some of them are just calm, cool, and collective. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have every police officer out here trying to rule with iron fist or come up with their own judgment. You know, they're the judge, the executioner, and the jury. You don't have some officers doing that. You have some, but you don't have all, I should say. And this brings me up to the topic that people are getting mad at the wrong thing. You know, find another source to get mad at. Get mad at the health situation in America. Why is it more expensive to eat healthy than it is to eat right? Like, you can get junk food and stuff like that, and you can eat unhealthy, and it's cheap. But when you trying to eat healthy, it's expensive. You know, the quality of urban grocery stores. Get mad at that. If you go out deep out, Montgomery County and Charles County, stuff like that. Now, mind you, I'm not trying to play no race wars, but it is what it is. When you go out deeper in those areas, why is the produce better than what it is in an urban area? Even the Safeway that's down Waterfront, down to Alabama Avenue, the grocery stores over there. If you compare the produce to something out in Montgomery County, it's no comparison. There's no comparison. It's like the urban area always gets the worst of everything. The urban area always gets what the other areas don't want. And it's a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? Get mad at that. Get mad that employers are not paying employees enough to make it. You know, you have people that are working check to check. You know, and when you do that, you can't enjoy life because you're always stressed out about how you're going to keep the lights on. You know, and it's just an unfortunate situation. You know, when you work at either a retail place or you're working inside of an office building, your talents, many of your talents aren't being utilized. And I can say that because I experienced that with a guy named Milton, and I'm putting him on blast. When I was working, before I started being a Geek Squad technician, and when I got my job, when I got hired first at Best Buy, my interview was 30 minutes of talking tech. And Milton said, okay, I got the perfect job for you. And he put me in the warehouse. So how do you go from me telling you that, you know, I build computers and da-da-da, and you say, okay, well, I'm going to put you in the warehouse. How's that utilizing my talents? And then that was a couple of years ago. That was, I don't know how many years ago I worked for Geek Squad. But get mad at that. Get mad at your employer not utilizing your talents. So much other stuff to get mad at. Get mad at what else? I can't. It's gonna come to me slowly but surely, but I can't get it all out right now. Get mad at the justice system. Get mad at how we're treated differently than other minorities or other people. Again, I'm not playing the race war. I'm not playing the race war, but it's upsetting. And welcome to the channel, first of all, if you're just now joining. If you want to join in on a topic, you can always call me at Skype, the Gamer Show, get on the show and weigh in, or you want to comment on something. Only thing I ask you to do is just be respectful, and we can continue with this conversation. But if you're just now joining, I'm talking about people are getting mad at the wrong situations, at the wrong stuff. I went over how the urban area grocery stores are trash compared to, you go out to the suburbs. So I was doing a comparison of that. The justice system is, and keep in mind that this is an adult conversation. I put on the tag advisory warning. So, I'm a person that curses a lot. So if you get that, if you are not a fan of curse words, then you know what I'm saying. It's up to you to keep watching the stream with that. But the justice system is so fucked up. It is, because black young men get treated wrongly. Black young men get treated wrongly in the justice system. Now, I can tell you firsthand how that black young men are treated wrong. I've been in, and there's no shame in my game, I've been in court throughout my childhood years. I was always in court for some dumb shit like assault, or because I had a temper, and it would be like it'd be a head trick of temper, and there was other things that I was in court for, not having a valid driver's license, because I was like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna just drive or whatever, and I didn't really care, and I got pulled over and failure to appears and all that other shit. But what I did was, well, you're gonna face this jail time and all this other stuff. So being a young kid, you like, I don't want to do no jail time, and then that goes on. Okay, take this plea, but you get this felony on your record, and at that time you're thinking, you're a young child, like, that felony, that I don't give a shit about that. It didn't come back to haunt me as much as probably some other kids did, because I got pretty good jobs, and then the trades that I learned on my own has got me to the point where I can do my own thing, not like full time, but you know what I'm saying. But a lot of guys, when they go in front of these judges, they get more time than what urban kid gets, or let's just call it black and white, okay? And it's not a racist rant. This is not. I'm just saying what it is. And if you look real deep into it, you know what I'm talking about. But they get jail time more than what your suburb kids get. And it's, I don't know what the end goal is to it. It goes down to racism. And racism is going to be here. It's going to stay here. Racism is not going anywhere no time soon, unless we are going to be shipped, all black people are going to be shipped to a different planet, and only black people will survive there. Then there will be a little bit of racism. It won't be the end of racism. It'll just be a little bit of racism, because then you'll have the light-skinned people going against the dark-skinned people. You know what I'm saying? So racism it's not going nowhere no time soon. So get mad at that. Get mad at not, and again I say, not all police officers are bad. I have a good friend that's a police officer. He changed my perception of what an officer is. But get mad at how cops are murdering young kids, young men, young women. Get mad at that you have You have evidence. You have body cams. Okay, you have body cams, especially with these cats in Baltimore that just got caught for planning evidence or drugs to try to catch somebody. You have people. You have these officers killing these young black men and women, and even Caucasian people. They're just murdering people and not being held accountable for it. It's like when an officer kills somebody, they are held to a higher standard than when you do something. Okay, you can run a traffic light, you can run a stop sign, and you can go to court and you can get fined for that stop sign. No cameras, we're recording. You're just going on the officer's word. Bam, you get the judge sentence you. You got to pay this fine. Boom, 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 boom. You can have an officer doing wrongdoing, and they have body cam footage, and they have video surveillance, and they're always okay. Well, what happened before that? So it's never anything like, okay, they're automatically guilty. When you see them murder people, when you see them do things outside of what they're supposed to do, they're always held up to a higher standard. It's like a lot of court shows like Judge Judy and Judge Joe Brown and all these the People's Court. Whenever a plaintiff come on there and they say something about the officer, they still hold them up to a higher standard. Like, officers don't do that. You got to be shitting me. It's so many surveillance cameras out here. So much footage out here of them showing wrongdoing of things. And what's up, Eric? And like I said, you just now joining, and this is not a bash. Again, this is not a bash against all police officers, because they are real good police officers. Like I said, I have a friend of mine that is a good police officer that I did not know that was a police officer, but he changed my mind during one particular event. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, well, all of them are not bad. They were like some cool cats, and I was around a whole bunch of police officers, and I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But they were all cool. I'm just talking about the bad ones. The bad ones. The bad ones give the good ones a horrible name, a horrible distaste in their mouth. So when they do pull you over, you're probably going against what you see on the media, and that's why a lot of stuff gets treated the way that stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? But not all cops are bad, but just the ones that get out there and do these unlawful stuff. That's bad. Get mad at. I would say, get mad at how, again, an employer does not pay a person what they're worth. You get into a job, first of all, they don't use your skill to increase productivity of whatever field that you're in. They don't use that. They just put you in a stagnant place that don't get your full potential, so they can increase the revenue of their establishment. They put you, a lot of employees put you in the wrong place. And hold up, I got the wrong thing, the wrong earpiece. And get mad at that. Get mad at I don't even know. And like I said, this video is going to be all over the place because I'm just tired of a lot of stuff happening in the media, and a lot of people are not saying anything about it. A lot of people are not being outspoken about it. Hold up, I got a comment, and I apologize that if I'm not seeing these comments right away. So if you're looking at the comments, yeah, I mean that's true, Miss Jones. But What are you gonna do? Let's talk about the president. Well, I think there's some more stuff to get mad at. This guy is an asshole, point blank. Donald Trump is an asshole. Donald Trump is a racist. Donald Trump is a bigot. Donald Trump is a what do you call a pervert? Donald Trump is a womanizer. Donald Trump is all of that and more, you know. And most Americans, they put up with the shit. They put up with the shit. If Barack Obama did half the shit that this guy did, if he said half the shit that Barack Obama did, I mean, if Barack Obama said half the shit that Trump said, he would have been impeached a long time ago. Somebody had to kill his ass a long time ago. Long time ago. If y'all remember, when Obama got elected, Borders Books, they put up a display in the window where they had Obama's book in the middle, and then they had surrounding Obama's book a whole bunch of primate books. That is totally disrespectful, you know. I went on a rant and rage about Fox 5, right? And I stand by this to this day. You know what I'm saying? So Fox 5, if you remember, and CNN and a whole bunch of other stations, they kept referring to him as Mr. Obama. Mr. Obama. Mr. Obama. The man was the president. Why are you still calling him Mr. Obama? That's disrespectful. Now, Fox has backlashed against Trump, but that still does not take away the fact that for almost half of his time in the White House, they disrespected President Obama. They disrespected his wife. They disrespected his kids. They could not find nothing on this man. The only thing that they possibly could have brought up was his name. And they kept saying that this guy was a Muslim just because of his last name. That's asinine, man. And he wasn't a citizen because he was born in Hawaii. Dumbass. Ain't Hawaii part of the 50 states of America? Ain't this part of America? So what the fuck is you talking about? So they had nothing on Obama. They didn't have anything on Obama kids. You know, it wasn't like Malia and Sasha was, running out, doing wild shit. They wasn't doing nothing. They had nothing on Obama. Nothing. But how much shit do they have on Trump? They have plenty on Trump. They have the hacking situation. He robbed Hillary of this election. And whether you like Hillary or not, Hillary would have done a far better job than what Donald Trump is doing now. You're trying to take away the health care and all this other shit. You're trying to take all that stuff away. He's trying to undo everything that Obama did, basically. What that is. He's trying to wipe Obama out of the history. What's up, Rodney? He's trying to wipe Obama out the history books because he's a racist. That's what it is. He don't like black people. If you're not rich, that's strike one. If you're not white, that's strike two. How many black people do this guy have in his cabinet that he's appointed to positions? You name me fucking five black people that he appointed. Who do we have? Omarosa? Is that her name? That's like the house whore. So whenever I guess he wants some black pussy, he'll go to Omarosa and get some. So I mean that ain't shit. Omarosa, what is she doing for the black community? She's not doing a damn thing for the black community. I don't see her out on TV supporting anything that has to do with black people. I don't see none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anybody in Donald Trump camp doing anything for the lower class people. You're trying to get rid of Obamacare, which a lot of people need. Everybody can't afford these healthcare plans, and a lot of people get sick, and then they can't get the medication to get well. A lot of people that need to go to the doctor can't. because they can't afford it. You can't afford a $2,000, $3, $4, $5,000 bill when you can barely pay your rent. That's what, under $1,200. You can, and even with, you know, trying to pay such amount, you know, 30, $40 a month, you know, you still have other obligations. You may have a child, you may have student loans, you may have a car note or anything else like that. But you can't afford to go to the doctor even when you're sick. And Obamacare is helping out people because of that. And this jackass is trying to get rid of the situation. So get mad at that. Get mad at the president for being an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Get mad at that. It's so much stuff to get mad at, man. It's wow. It's a lot that I can't really think of right now. But get mad at that, man. Don't people are just getting mad at stupid shit. You know, people are getting mad at, you know, the fact that I mean, just dumb shit, man. Just dumb shit. Like nothing really too heavy to help out your community. You know what I'm saying? Get mad at these guys that's on the street and posing as being homeless. That's taken away from the people that are really homeless. You know, get mad at these cats that's panhandling and don't really need it. You know, they get out there on the street and beg for money, and then you see them run to a car. At the end of the day, they done made $50-$60, and that could have went to a person that really needed it. You know what I'm saying? So get mad at that. Don't get mad at like social media stuff. You know, these stars and shit like that. People are getting mad because this star broke. I don't give a shit about. Look, I don't give a shit about nobody famous, their household situation, them breaking up. Like the Kanye West shit. Everybody was getting mad at that with his wife Kim Kardashian getting her ring stolen. I don't give a fuck about that. You know, you flash all that money. You flash that you got this, that, and the other. And to somebody's going to look at that and be like, well, you flashing this much. Maybe you don't need it. And, you know, maybe I'll take it from him. And that's what happened. Don't get mad at that. Don't get mad at Kim Kardashian lost her fucking ring. I could care the fuck less. I could honestly care less. I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't care about if Jordan shoes cost an arm and a leg. I don't care if they only had 2 pairs in your size and they're sold out. I don't give a fuck about that. And honestly, Jordan, you know, that's the hot shoe right now. Jordans are the hot shoe right now. And, you know, I have a pair of Jordans. I think I have some flip flops, and then I think I may have 2 pair of Jordans. But they're not like the $400-$500, whatever the fuck they are. They're not them Jordans. But I had Jordans when I was a kid. I had, you know, the little Space Jam joints and a couple other pair of Jordans. But if I would have known what I know now, I wouldn't support a company that I wouldn't support him because of what he said. And if you don't know what Jordan said that his shoes aren't meant for poor people. They're meant for upper class white people. So that's why they charge so much. So he don't want the hood people in his shoes. That's what the guy said. You can search it on the internet. That's what he said. So get mad at that. Get mad at these stars that are putting products out here, and you're not seeing no benefit of it. They're not helping the community. Let's talk about like the people that made it famous from DC. Let's look at Wale. You know, I remember the dude when I was doing security at the Go Go's. I remember when he used to come rap for Northeast. So, well, he would get on stage and rap. He would rap with a whole bunch of different Go Go bands. You know what I'm saying? And he made it. Has Wale come back to help support DC? Anybody in DC? No, he hasn't. He has made money off of people that support him. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Wale from DC, okay, we're gonna support him, we're gonna buy his record, but what has he done for any of the community? What has he done for Surgeon Quarters? What has he done for Uptown? He hasn't done a goddamn thing for none of these people. None. But you support him. You know what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle, one of the most funniest people out of Maryland, out of DC. Martin Lawrence, again, one of the most funniest people out of DC. These cats have never came back to give back to the community. You know what I'm saying? To help support where he came from. You know, a lot of people don't know that Dave Chappelle is from the DMV. A lot of people don't know that Martin Lawrence is from the DMV. But these cats have never, ever came back to help support our communities. And, you know, get mad at that. Stop supporting these fucking entertainers that go out and make millions off of our dollars but don't come back and help support our community. Oh, another thing. Get mad at these mega churches. Let me tell you why. Get mad at these big ass mega churches. Let me start off by saying I don't like big churches. I don't. I like the small raising the building fund church that has only one bathroom and it's by the boiler room and they trying to struggle to get money to fix their church up. Closed, tight knit, only like less than 20 members. I like those type of churches. I don't like the big fucking churches. You know why? Because you never will, your lifetime, you will never know everybody that goes to that church. For instance, there's a church up on Central Avenue. What is it called? Evangel. And hopefully I don't go to hell for this. But I used to go to Evangel. But I stopped going. And the reason why I stopped going is that when I saw how the people interact with the pastor, I was kind of fucked up about it. Because when you go to Evangel, it's your first time, what they're going to ask you to do is they're going to say, if you are a new member, we want you to go to this room, okay? We want you to go to this room, and then the pastor's going to come out and say hello and all this other shit, and okay, fine, bam. So the pastor comes into the room, and he's by these two big bodyguards and shit. Like, what the fuck do you need a bodyguard for inside the fucking church? What's the purpose of you having a bodyguard for inside the fucking church? Okay, so bam, you can't talk to the pastor, because if you talk to the pastor, one of his bodyguards are going to intervene. You know, if you say, okay, well, I'm having this trouble, I need to talk to my pastor, blah, 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 you have to set up a fucking appointment. You have to go through this secretary, then all the shit has to get proved, and then, oh, well, nah, he can't see. When you're in a small fucking church, and I remember going to a church called Antioch Spiritual Center, when you had a problem, you could go to the pastor. You know what I'm saying? These mega churches, you can't go to the pastor. You know what I'm saying? And what about you paying your tithes and shit like that, right? You paying your tithes, you've been with the church for, I don't know, 10, 20 years. And say if you fall on hard times and say, okay, you've paid consecutively an average of, let's say, $20 in tithes every month for 20 years. You get into a situation where you can't pay your rent. And what is the church for? The church is supposed to be for the community, right? So you go to the church and you say, hey, look, I have a $2,000 tab, right? But I'm only asking, can the church give me $20, right? Well, we're going to have to see. What the, hold up. We're going to have, what the fuck you mean we got to see? I've been a member of this church for 20 years, and I've paid in my tithes $20, at least $20 every month, and I have put in the collection plate, I don't know, $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 or whatever, and you can't give me $20? That's some bullshit. So that's why I don't like big mega churches, because they're not for the community. They're only out for themselves. How is it that a church, a big mega church, the pastor is always, he's fly to death. He has, hey, what's up, Lewis? He's fly to death. What's up, Jasmine? He wears a different suit every Sunday. He never wears the same suit every Sunday. He drives a nice, expensive car. And his members are struggling to pay their bills. Where the fuck does that come in at? That's why I don't like mega churches. I don't like mega churches because of that reason. I don't know, Louis. This is something that I have experienced for myself. Like Evangel, like I said, Evangel is a good church. When I was going through something, at one point in my life, I went back to the church to try to get it resolved. But especially, I can say with my experience with Evangel, it really didn't get solved because they had something called like a prayer meeting that these guys would just get together every Wednesday or Tuesday, I believe it was. And the only thing that they would do, they wouldn't talk. They would just sing songs for about like maybe an hour and a half, and then that was it. So it wasn't like dealing with anybody's problem. And the thing with Evangel is that Evangel has so many pastors. And I even got baptized at Evangel a couple of years ago. But they have so many pastors there that you can't talk to the main pastor. You have this sub-pastor. You know what I'm saying? And some of them were good. You know, it was two pastors that I met there. I forget what their names were. But one guy, he used to have dinners over his house every other Sunday. And we just used to go over there. And then he would, you know, if you were going through some stuff, you can talk to him. And I think that he had something else different going on. But that was my experience at that church, and that's why I don't like mega churches. Now, I may be way off, but maybe other mega churches do things differently. But this one that I experienced, it didn't help me to the fact of like the problem that I was going through. And just to be a pastor inside of a mega church and you can't have people come up to you and talk to the pastor directly is asinine to me. And like I said, with the tithes, a church is supposed to be for the community. A church is supposed to help the community out. Now, a church not supposed to get you out of a jam every time you get in one. Like, if you want to get those new pair of Jordans, or if you want to get the new Xbox One X, you can't go to the church and be like, look, man, the Xbox One X comes out in November. Can you give me $100 so I can go buy this? I've been a member of the church for X amount of years. I just, you know, that's some dumb shit. That's on some dumb shit. But if it's on some crisis shit, like if you need food to, if you need money to feed your family, if you need money to keep the lights on, if you need money to do this, that, and the other concerning your health, if you need money to pay a doctor bill or something like that, you're not asking for the whole thing. I think that the church would be able to help you out if it's a mega church and it's raking in millions of dollars a year off of people, off their giving tithes and I don't know, 30% of what you gross in and all this other stuff. And if churches don't do that, I'm sorry to say, you know what I'm saying, that's on some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like churches like that. So get mad at these mega churches. Now, maybe not all of them do that, but I know the one that I went to, some of the mega churches I've been into, they frequently do that. Whenever you don't pay your tithes and the church sends your shit to the collections and a bill collector call you, and okay, it's not for the car, it's not for the washing machine or nothing like that. I'm like, okay, you haven't paid your tithes, and tithes where? You talk about the laundry soap? No, sir, you haven't paid your tithes in the church, whatever. That's on a whole nother level, and that's why I don't like them big mega churches. So get mad at that. Get mad at a pastor that has a big mega church that won't help you out if you've been a member for X amount of years and you just need some short shit to keep the lights on, and you got to go through all these different channels to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is stupid. I went over a couple of things, but this stream is kind of all over the place because I'm talking about this and I'm talking about that. It's just that I needed to get some stuff out. It's a lot of stuff that I've been holding in and I needed to get out. Again, with this situation with these officers in Baltimore, and again, I must stress this, that not all police officers are bad. It's just some of them are and some of them aren't. But these police officers in Baltimore planting evidence on these young black men, and it's not the white guys, not the young white guys, it's the young black men in Baltimore planting these evidence on these guys. And these officers are testifying in other cases. Now, what if they plant evidence on these other cases? Now, we don't know. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Bill Cosby and Charlie Sheen. Let's get mad at how those two are so fucked up. Charlie Sheen has AIDS, right? So he fucks a lot of prostitutes and willingly, and he knows that he has AIDS. So he give AIDS to a couple of hookers. They're not saying shit about that. They're not talking about that. Bill Cosby, I guess he gave some pills, and I don't know. I do not know because I wasn't there. But Bill Cosby slipped some pills, and he either rapes or whatever he does, whatever to these females. Now, if he did that, he should be in fucking jail. I don't give a fuck how old he is. Dr. Huxtable should be behind bars if he did that, but he was proven not to be guilty. I don't know because I wasn't there. You don't know because you wasn't there. The only person that knows is Bill Cosby. That's the only fucking person that knows. But when you put these comparisons up, they're not saying dick about Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen still has his episodes running in on UPN and other stations. When Bill Cosby was going through all that, everybody cut the Cosby Show or any other thing that had dealing with Bill Cosby. And get mad at the fact that you're putting that shit on everybody else that worked on that show that's getting residuals off of that. The little girl that played Rudy and Malcolm Jamal Warner, Denise or whatever her name, Bonet, all them other kids that was on the Cosby Show, that affected them, not infected, but that affected them. In the case of they're not getting their residual checks off of what he allegedly had done. You know, get mad at that. How can you punish the whole cast for something that one person did? You know, get mad at that. Get mad at the Subway guy, Jerry from Subway and shit. Get mad at they're not saying they tried to hush what he did. Again, this is not black or white. It's just it is what it is. Get mad at they hush his stuff. He got caught with trying to do some underage sex shit. You know, even though they pulled him from all the Subway commercials, they brush a lot of that shit under the rug. Okay, Jerry's accused for this, that, and the other. Okay, we're not going to talk about it no more. Okay, Michael Phelps, get mad at that. This nigga smoked weed, like everybody do. You smoke weed. You watching this shit, you smoke weed. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? But a black guy get caught with some weed, then it's a big fucking commotion. It's so all over the place. Oh, he's using drugs and it's bad. It's a gateway and all this other. And I'm gonna go in on that. It's a gateway to this, that, and the other. He used drugs. If that would have been a black dude, he would have not competed in the Olympics, and he would have lost all his endorsements, and he wouldn't have got them back. It would have took a long time for him to get back into like the money that he was making before. All right, so check this out. I'm not against white people at all. Look at what Kathy Lee Griffin did, where she held up the severed Donald Trump head. I don't see anything wrong in that. I don't see anything wrong in that. When you have a president, when you have a guy that's the president that has the highest seat in America, when he goes around talking about, okay, he gonna grab you by the pussy, he gonna touch, he can do whatever he want to because he's rich, he's gonna lie, he's going to say, okay, I didn't do it, even though you got evidence. Donald Trump could say, okay, I'm gonna hold up this SD card. Okay, Donald Trump can say, he can do a news conference and say, I'm not holding up SD card. I'm not holding no card. I'm not, my hand is not in the camera. And people watch him, and it's like, well, no, he's not really holding the SD card. I don't see him hold. He says some shit that he gets you to believe. You know what I'm saying? Kathy Lee, she did not say anything. It was just a picture. She didn't say, okay, I want to kill this man. She didn't say none of that. She just freedom of speech. Held up a sever. I would have did it. You give me a Donald Trump head, I'll do the same fucking thing. But she got blackballed. A lot of people stopped dealing with her. She got cut from a lot of endorsements. She got fired from a lot of the gigs. For what? For speaking her mind. But you can have a guy that is the president, and he can say all types of shit, and nothing happens to him. He's not getting impeached. All this shit that's coming out about the shit in Russia. He's trying to. He did this shit a couple of days ago where he was like made in America products, and his shit is getting made in China, and nobody sees that. Nobody sees that. Nobody puts that together. He cannot do any wrong. The guy said that he can kill somebody, and he would get away with it. There are plenty of videos. Oh, throw him out in the cold. Don't give him his jacket back. Let him freeze. Okay, if you fuck this person up, I'm going to pay your legal fees. What the fuck type shit is that? If Barack Obama would have said that shit, then he would have been impeached, or somebody would have murked his ass, or he wouldn't have been something bad would have happened to Obama if he did a quarter of the shit that he did. Taxpayers are paying for this fucking mansion that's in New York, and he lives at the White House, and they're paying for this shit. You know what I'm saying? But you can't find money. You paying all this money for Trump to keep his house in New York, but you can't find money to help out these people in Ferguson about that damn water. You can't find money to help that solution. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here. But get mad at that. Get mad at nobody's talking about the. Get mad at all the fucking stars. I'm gonna tell you another thing. Get mad at all of the stars that went down there to protest against the Gina 6 case. Now, I don't really know too much about it because it has fizzled out. You had Al Sharpton, you had Salt-N-Pepa, you had a rack of other artists down there. Gina 6, free these boys, you know what I'm saying, is corrupted. The cops are corrupted. They're not talking about that anymore. They're just there for a publicity stunt. And mind you, when all that shit happened, a couple of months later, Salt-N-Pepa had went on tour. Now, was that promotion? Was that to put Salt-N-Pepa back into the spotlight? Because as it stands, as the young kids say, they old heads. You know what I'm saying? So to try to get them back in the public eye, did they try to reconcile with these young kids that was done wrong to get their name back in the game? I don't know. Get mad at all of them. get mad at them. You know what I'm saying? Get mad at Steve Harvey. You know, and we did an episode on this, so I can go ahead and talk about it. Steve Harvey, I used to like him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that Steve Harvey was as funny as D.L. Hughley, Cedric, and Bernie Mac. Now, if we would put them on the pedestal to, like, who was the funniest, Steve Harvey would have came in last. The number one would have been Bernie Mac. Number two would have been D.L. Hughley. Number three would have been Cedric. And number four would have been Steve Harvey. To me, he's okay, but he's not funny, ha ha ha. He's like, you know, that's as much as I got out of the kings of comedy. Like, Bernie Mac, fucking hilarious. D.L. Hughley, he'll Joan on your ass in a minute. He's okay. He's not as funny as Bernie Mac. He's okay. Cedric, you know, he's alright. He's not the funniest comedian that I know. Steve Harvey, okay. Let me tell you why I don't fuck with Steve Harvey. And get mad at Steve Harvey. Checking the fact that Steve Harvey left his wife to mess with his mistress, right? So the woman that was there for you through the Apollo, through the time that you said that you were sleeping in your car, to get to where you at right now, he dumps her for a prettier, and my choice, prettier looking woman. Now his wife, I'm not going to take nothing away from that, but she's better looking than what his ex-wife was. I'll give him that. But you fucked around. Your marriage ended because you went outside of your marriage, right? Now, all this to say, you're going to write a book on how to think like a man, or you're going to give advice on relationships when you cheated on your wife to be with this other woman. How can you write a book? How can you think like a man and you supposed to do this, that, and the other when you need to follow your own fucking advice? You cheated on your wife. Now your ex, well, you cheated on your ex-wife. Now you're trying to drag your ex-wife through the mud, and she can't do anything. Like you're ruining her reputation for something that he did. Okay. Again, that's his life. Whatever. Now, his morning show, right? And we all know about the thing about the letter he sent out. Look, don't talk to me, this, that, and the other. Okay, I kind of understand that a little bit. You're doing all these different shows. You want your privacy. You know, you want to be able to relax. You don't want everybody bombarding you once you just finished Family Feud and you done did so many episodes of that. You want to relax, you know. But these guys that's on a morning show, like Nephew Tommy, which is funny as hell, and then these other guys that's on the morning show that contributes to all that. Why would you then just not sit down and talk to him and say, look, hey dog, I'm going through something. I don't know if he is or not. I'm just speculating. I'm going through something. I just need some space. That's it. You know what I'm saying? This jackass, he puts out the letter, don't talk to me, don't speak to me in the hallway, that was just asinine. What he's doing now is he's taking the show to California, right? So he's not taking any of the people that's on his radio show. He's getting a whole new cast. What the fuck? Get mad at that. I can see you leaving everybody else, but you're leaving Nephew Tommy behind. That really makes the show with the prank calls. You leaving him behind, and didn't even offer them a position at this new show. He's just like, you know, fuck it. I'm going to do this new show, and I'm going to get rid of everybody. And that's what he did. So get mad at Steve Harvey for doing a dick move like that. And he's been in a lot of controversial situations. He said something about a caller called in on this show, and he was from Flint, Michigan. And Steve Harvey, the man disagreed with him about something. I don't know the full thing. The only thing that I know that this man, Steve Harvey, said, enjoy drinking your brown water. What the fuck is that, man? Why would you say something like that? Not only did you offend that man, you offended everybody that was in Michigan. I don't give a fuck how you going to come out and put a statement on. I didn't mean it. Man, fuck that. You offended everybody in Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? What else did this jackass do? Oh, he met with the Grand Wizard. That's what I call him. He met with the Grand Wizard and thought that was going to be a smooth move to, I guess, you know, get some shit done. Donald Trump ain't doing a goddamn thing for nobody. Nobody black and nobody poor. Nobody middle class. He's not doing anything for anybody. So your reason for meeting with him was for what? And then that got a lot of backlash because a lot of people started backing off from Steve because you don't want to be surrounded by that negativity. If, like, when that shit was at the highest, people were like, well, if I'm seen with Steve Harvey, that means that I support what he did, meaning I support Donald Trump. So you get people that backed away from that. You know what I'm saying? And that's understandable. So, what else? So get mad at that. Get mad at that. But it's so much other stuff to get mad at, y'all. Besides little things, you need to get mad at your government. Being a U.S. citizen, this is not a democracy. It's not at all. It's a dictatorship because they're trying to take away all of the rights that you have currently. They're trying to take away a woman's decision for having an abortion. Now, whether you agree with it or whether you don't agree with it, it's not up to you. It's not up to you to make a decision on whether a woman has that child or not. Now, that may make people look at me like, okay, what the fuck are you trying to say? What I'm saying is that a female could get pregnant under circumstances that she did not want to get pregnant under, whether it being a rape or so I don't know, in anything where she does not want to have a child. Maybe she's looking at the long-term situation. Maybe she's not ready to have a child. You know, my personal opinion of that, you know, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence with that. I'm on one side, I'm on the other. You know, I don't like, you know, killing a kid. But if you can't afford the kid, you know, put the kid up for adoption and let them go to a home, a better home than what you can provide for them. And like I said, that's on another topic. But you know, a woman's get mad that the government is taking a woman's right to choose. Get mad at that. No matter how you look at the situation, at the end of the day, it's up to the female to say whether what she wants to do with her body. It's not up to the government. When the government steps in, that's why I'm saying it's a dictatorship. It's not democracy. It's not at all. Get mad at McDonald's. Tell you what. Get mad at McDonald's. You know, McDonald's, growing up as a kid, McDonald's, having that job taught you a lot. That is like the iconic place to work at when you're when you just step out there in the world. You get your work permit. Or even if you have to go back. McDonald's is depending on what store you work at. McDonald's is a great place to work, especially for young kids starting out. It teaches you a lot. Get mad at them because they're replacing, or get mad at all fast food restaurants because they're replacing cashiers with, you know, ATM machines, basically. You know, you go up there. It's much like what Wawa does. Not Wawa, Sheetz. You know how, like, when you go in Sheetz and you go up to the order menu and you just put bam, bam, that's what you want. So that's the way that they're replacing people. So eventually, I would say less than 20 years, you're going to walk inside the McDonald's. McDonald's are not going to have any cashiers. They're just going to have, maybe not even have a cook, because they'll have a robot that's doing that. Get mad at the companies going firing humans and hiring people. Firing humans and putting in technology to cover the workload for humans. A robot cannot replace what a human does. It can do it better. It can do it efficiently, but it just can't replace in some things. It can't replace what the human does. You can't go to the store and try to return a defective product. If you have a program in the machine that says, okay, all returns are not whatever, you don't have a way of saying, okay, can I speak to the manager and stuff like that. It's just a lot. I don't want to get all into it, but it's just not a lot of stuff that you can do, that a robot can do, that a human doesn't. No, get mad at places like that, and really get mad at McDonald's because they're the people that's doing it the most. You know, they're getting rid of a lot of employees for ATM machines, basically. And when you walk into a McDonald's, who do you see? What do you see? Pennsylvania Avenue, McDonald's. And again, I'm not racist. I love everybody. And I think they're dumb people. And I think they're good people. I think they're people that are assholes. And they come in all nationalities and colors. So get that out your head. But when you go into McDonald's, who the fuck do you see? The McDonald's on Pennsylvania Avenue, where I'm at. Now, this whole community is nothing but black. A little bit of white, but majority black. District Heights, Forestville is majority black. You know, you have College Park. This more Latino, or if I'm saying that right, Spanish, Mexicans, whatever. You got more of them there. Why is it that I walk into I don't even go to McDonald's anymore because of their food. It's like a laxative to me. Laxative to a lot of people. But why does, when you go in there, you don't see people from the community working in there? You see people outside of the community working there. Now, I used to work at that McDonald's a long time ago when I was in high school. And this light-skinned lady used to own it. Her and her husband used to own that place. So, I can remember the whole staff being chopped up of African Americans. What's up, Shantae? I can remember the whole staff being chopped up as African Americans and mainly white people. The McDonald's that's up there now, you have one black girl that works in the morning, and the rest of the people are Spanish. Not saying anything about Spanish people. I'm not saying anything bad about anybody Spanish or any foreign people. But if you have McDonald's is where they say they support their community. This McDonald's is not supporting their community because there's not Spanish people don't live in this area. I have not seen that many Spanish people that live in this area. But it's a whole thing of Spanish people. And when you get in there, they're speaking their language. You know what I'm saying? So how are you supporting the community when you don't even want to hire people from the community? And I'm not saying that, you should get rid of all of them and then just put us in there. But it should be an equal amount. It shouldn't just be one person. And I don't even know if the girl lives around here or not. You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't just be that one black person and then you have nothing but everybody else just, that's not supporting the community. That's a lie. So get mad at that. What else to get mad at? I don't know. I can't think of nothing else. But I just wanted to put that out there. I wanted to put that out there and let that be done with it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Hold up. Let me see something. I think I got a comment. I'm gonna look at real quick. Okay. Okay, you know how many mics I know? All right. Okay, the church problem can't be fixed. Fix our problem. Yeah, understand. The what I'm saying about that is that um what I'm saying about that is that a church is supposed to be for the community, not for itself. And a lot of big churches, they're for self. They're not for the community. Why the hell does this keep popping up? Yeah, they can't fix the problem because you're supposed to do it yourself, but um, you're at least supposed to depend on the church for some type of help. Not everything, but you're supposed to depend on your church for something. And what I'm saying is that if you've been with a church for I say like 20 years or so, and you go to them because you're in need, and it's not that much. I'm talking about compared to a megachurch. Uh, a pastor pisses $20. He'll piss away $20. If you've been with a church for 20 odd years and you put in the collection plate, I don't know how much money, and you paid your tithes for I don't know how many years, you know what I'm saying, or how much a month or whatever, or you've given a percentage of your income as churches ask you to do. If you can't go to them and say, I need some help, can you help me? I need to pay my rent. Can you at least give me $20? In a old church, like a small church that I experienced, if you were going through something, either the pastor would give it to you out of his pocket if it was like some short shit, you know what I'm saying? Or since you're so close knit, like 20 something members, if you're that small, they would do a service or something, or they would do like a bake sale or whatever to help you out. That's what those small churches do versus what a megachurch does. A megachurch is all about itself. A megachurch is not about the community. It's all about the pastor getting that next Bentley. And that's something that I've seen for myself. Now, I've been on the inside looking out, and I've seen some things that megachurches do that turned me away from megachurches. I've been on the outside, the inside looking out on the smaller churches, and I see they do more help. Like, there was this guy, for instance, he had came up to me when I was a technician at Staples, and he wanted me to do something. I think film something with his church, or he wanted to put something together with his church, and when I went there to go see his church, first he had like a bake sale or something like that. So he invited me and a friend of mine out. So me and him went out there and checked it out, and it was cool. It was a small gathering, and everybody was cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I didn't do the taping. I can't remember because it's been so long ago. But the vibe in that church was way different than what the mega churches were. And that's all that I'm really saying. So, mega churches is when I'm saying get mad at them, get mad at mega churches that do that, that look out for themselves, the people that's, you know, that just beside the pastor or whatever, and not for the people that's out there giving their hard-earned money to help you make your life better, and while they're struggling. You know what I'm saying? You get mad at that. But you know, I understand what you saying, D, and yeah, that it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was all over the place with this drink. It was just some stuff that I wanted to get off the chest and put on the stream. You can watch the rebroadcast of this, and you can weigh in on the conversation. Put something in the comments, and y'all can have a discussion about it, man. But this was all over people getting mad at the wrong thing. You know, you need to. I wouldn't even know how to give any type of advice, because people gonna do what they gonna do. That's the way the world turns. We're in a situation now where we have a racist president that don't give a damn about poor black people, but the nation, they still embrace this guy because they like the way he goes by stuff, you know. And I don't know, man, but that's what it is, all over the place with this one. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream, and that's about it, man. Thanks for watching. Hope I wasn't too much all over the place with it, but it is what it is, because I didn't really have it structured the way that I was gonna go. I just had some stuff that I wanted to talk about, and then that was it. So I didn't have this stream really structured as I have it's structured if I'm doing like video gameplay or something like that. But that's it, man. But I'm gonna be out of here. Y'all be easy. Thanks for watching the live broadcast. Thanks for watching the rebroadcast of it. And I'll give Mike a call. I don't know which Mike you're talking about, because I know plenty. But yeah. Thanks for watching, man. I'll see y'all probably, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see later.